Good morning, sorry for the road noise. If it's noisy, turn your bass down. I said this in a video the other day. Many of you said the audio was fine, but that's okay. Three things I want to discuss today. Land Rover crash in London, missing boy on Tenerife, and the Jaguar I-Pace runaway story. Saturday is karate, not for me, but that means I have just over an hour to kill. I'm on my way up to the 3 Counties Showground to go and see Ian and check in, and it's the Interclubs British car show thing. So there should be some classics, and I want to catch up with Ian and hopefully talk a little bit about insurance. My renewal's up actually on Monday. And my quote isn't too bad. So Cherish Vehicle Insurance Services, if you want to get some insurance, tell them Jeff sent you. Right, first up, let's do this Land Rover one in London. I don't want to dwell too much on this because I don't think YouTube wants me dwelling too much on this. Brand new Land Rover, £130,000, runs through a wall and runs over 2 little girls at a prep school in London. Both girls die. A year later, we still don't know what's going on. It finally comes out that actually it was an epileptic fit and the driver is not going to be prosecuted. Family are understandably extremely upset about this, but there's many questions. Why has it taken so long to find out this information? Personally, I think there's something very fishy about all of this. When I posted this on Facebook, a lot of people who have or know people with epilepsy sort of almost jumped to the defense of what's happened here. But there were also people who have been diagnosed with epilepsy who are saying, hang on a minute, it doesn't take that long to work all of that stuff out. Why has it taken a year? Why have the family been hanging on for a year for some answers? What do you think? I think the whole thing stinks. But I can't really make head nor tail of it. Something has happened. Either someone important was driving that car or it was to do with something else. It just seems to me like from day one that story has smelt of a cover-up, but I don't know. Anyway, other stories that we've got, let's do the Jaguar I-Pace one, the Runaway Jaguar I-Pace. Do you remember we made the video? Nathan was telling me all about how his car went out of control and he had to phone the police whilst doing more than 100 miles an hour going down the motorway, and the police said, don't worry, we're coming, we're gonna come and box you in. And he made a half-an-hour video with an YouTuber to describe his situation, and all of you lot in the comments were like, what? That doesn't quite make sense. And Richard from Challenge the Road got his notepad out and went, I've got some questions. And we all had some questions, but it was a good story. It was all over the media. Anyway, what happened next was it came out that he'd been arrested for reckless driving, basically. And then he stopped reading my WhatsApp messages. I couldn't make head nor tail of it, so I made a video basically saying, look, he's been arrested. Now, time's gone by and people keep asking me about it and I've got no more updates, so I might as well share some of the information that I may or may have got. So let's share some alleged information. Now, the phone telemetry data would tell you where the mobile phone was when the calls were made, so you would expect that the first phone call was being made whilst the car was hurtling at 100 miles an hour down the motorway. But allegedly, there's a rumour going round that the first phone call was made and the car was stationary, which undoes everything basically, doesn't it? Which kind of explains why he stopped replying to my messages and why he was then arrested. Bless me. So there we go, he was arrested, and certainly looks to me like he faked the whole thing. So there's a young man that's got himself in a whole heap of trouble. Speaking of young men that have got themselves in a whole heap of trouble, this missing Jay Slater on Tenerife, again, sort of stank from day one, didn't it? It was odd. And this comes on the back of that doctor that went missing on that Greek island. Now, if I wasn't a very intelligent person, I might have looked at that Greek doctor going missing and thought, hey, that's a great idea. Maybe I can go missing on an island and the media will be all over it. That's an easy way for me to go missing and make a bit of money. Not that that's what's happened, but it does seem to be coming out that that may well be what's happened. So he goes missing on Tenerife, everybody's looking for him. And I watched a video because a girl called Lucy then started a GoFundMe page. And I watched a really interesting video for someone who analyzes people's words. And he did a detailed analysis of the and I'm into words, aren't I? I'm a writer and I talk a lot. This YouTube channel, and I'll put the link below, did a detailed analysis of the exact wording that was used on the GoFundMe page, and it was really interesting because it basically broke down in the words that were being used what was being said between the lines. It was quite fascinating, and he thought the whole thing stank as well. Then I saw on some cool cars here. I'm going to finish this video up here and then I'll flip the camera around. Then I saw on a TikTok thing that it turns out that Jay Slater, who is the lad that had gone missing, his mum, Sony Stereo, sorry, terrible video, his mum is the half sister, I think, allegedly, of Shannon Matthews. Shannon Matthews is the woman whose child went missing underneath a mattress. So I'm parking the way here. Yeah, so Shannon Matthews did the same thing, tried to hide her child, child went missing, child was actually under the bed, and she's related to the mom of Jay Slater, who it also now turns out was a gangster who had a load of debt. So interesting one. Right, I'm being nagged to go and move my car, so I'm going to move my car. I'm going to go look at some classic cars for a little bit, hopefully have some coffee, maybe talk to Ian, and make a little video for probably the other channel. So that was a little 6-minute update on those 3 things, because people have been asking me what I think about all of those 3 things. What do you think? I reckon the London thing stinks. I reckon the Jaguar I-Pace was just a chap trying to get himself out of, in fact, both of those 2 stories are young men trying to get themselves out of a tricky financial situation that they've got themselves into. That's what I think. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching.